doesn't need a showbiz name because he's got a name that is more showbiz than Mr. Showbiz. Will you go mad and wild and welcome Conrad Jagger?
A surprised moose. The mating call of a moose. Want a fuck? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
You having a good night so far?
Yes.
Good. Well, I'm Conrad Jagger, and I'm here to talk about ugly women. Have we got any in tonight? You sure? I can't see past the first row, but I think we're doing all right. But don't worry, I'm not one of them male chauvinists. There's nothing worse. Well, apart from a woman who doesn't do as she's fucking told. But uglies, affectionately known as mingers, moosies, munters, 2 AM beauty queens, mud scuppers, panel beaters, double baggers, troglodytes, and members of the Muntville Mafia. Bit harsh, aren't they? Well, apart from moose, obviously, which is my favourite, and double bagger, because it's just genius. What I heard the other day was triple bagger. Get this. A woman that's so ugly, got a bag on her head, a bag on yours, in case hers falls off, and one for your dog, because you're that fucking embarrassed. But seriously, I do love ugly women, and I'll tell you why. Thank you. I'll tell you why I love ugly women. You take your pretties, yeah, they cruise through life relying on their looks. They normally pull the good-looking, successful guy. They end up in the fancy cars and in the swanky homes. And they spend their lives of leisure strutting their tight little arses around posh shops, buying useless, overpriced shit-arse accessories for the sport kids and designer chihuahuas. But, ladies and gentlemen, their looks won't last forever. No. One day, when their tits look like second-hand sandbags, the bags under their eyes are bigger than their Louis Vuittons, and their shrivelled up, sun twatted faces look like half-chewed, deep-fried scrotum sacks, then they've got a problem. They've got to start working on their underdeveloped, non-existing personalities pretty fucking quickly, or they're out, and left to roam the inner city holes, sucking off strangers for a tenner. Meanwhile, the uglies, well, they couldn't cruise through life on the looks. They had to work at it. From a very young age, they had to develop good personalities. They had to be kinder, smarter, more compassionate and self-sufficient, and ruder in bed. But nature is also on the side of the uglies. And I don't just mean by inventing beer. I mean the trickle-down theory. Are you familiar with that? Girls' night out. Yeah, there's always one moose, yeah? And ladies, if you're there thinking, oh no, there's no moose in my group, I've got some news for you. Anyway, the moose is invited out, obviously, to make the pretty look even prettier. What actually happens is this. The man gets lured into the trap by the pretty and quickly realises that the ugly woman has got the better personality. Now, provided he's okay with eye broccoli instead of eye candy, then it's another result for the uglies. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, forget the meek, it will be the uglies that inherit the earth. And what a beautiful place it will be. But unfortunately, not all ugly women manage to develop good personalities. And if we have got any here tonight, I know we have, then I've got some advice for you. Chances are, you probably look a bit like a bloke. You probably put on a bit too much makeup to overcompensate, and you end up looking like a bit of a drag queen. Use this to your advantage. Start hanging out at places where gayness still isn't socially accepted, and you'll have the closet gays queuing up for you. Look like a bloke, really woman, ticks all the right boxes. Just be prepared to do a bit of anal. Speaking of anal, I knew we were getting in somewhere. Speaking of anal, did you know, this is shocking, this is, did you know that it's still illegal to have anal sex in Iceland? And as I discovered yesterday, they don't appreciate it in Waitrose either. Anyway, that's enough invaluable advice for the women. Now I've got some for the men. Obviously, you know, as you know, I regard ugly women quite highly, and I do recommend it. Do recommend dating ugly women. There's many reasons why. There's many advantages. They're easy to pull. They're used to rejection. They're rude in bed. There's no expectations, and they generally order their own taxi home. But there are 3 very important tips that I have for you when dating ugly women. Number 1, until you've notched up a few, until you've got used to it, stick to dating in the winter months. Darker nights, trust me. Number 2, get them into the fetish scene as quick as you can. Why? Because the perfect accessory for an ugly woman is the gimp mask. Incidentally, the second best accessory for an ugly woman is the bag for life. The third tip, ladies and gentlemen, or gentlemen, sorry, if you're dating an ugly woman, when you're having oral sex, think of rock climbing. Don't look down. Hello?
Are you there?
Now, when you've got a bit of experience with the ugly women, you then want to go for the ultimate, and that is the homeless woman. That's great, because afterwards you can drop them anywhere. And just so you know, I do practice what I preach. My missus is a proper minger. Now she's in tonight, so I'm going to whistle through this bit. But seriously, she's so ugly. Too scared to look at her now. She's so ugly that when she was 8, she was on Jim or Fix It, and even he didn't touch her. Her glasses are so thick that when I put them on and look at an atlas, I can see people fucking waving. But even so, eventually I asked her for a hand in marriage. Well, I was fed up of using my own. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to finish off now with a rather emotional piece, if that's okay. I've written a song which I'd like to share with you. Dedicated to my first true love. He wasn't born ugly, but suffered a terrible accident that left her disfigured for life. It's called Even Though You're So Ugly. I once met a girl. Her name was Linda. Ironing her curtains and fell out the window. Messed up her face, scarred for life. Asked her in a hospital to be my wife. I knelt on one knee, said I love you till I die. Even though you're so ugly, you make onions cry. We'll make a home together, have family and pets. Even though you're so ugly, you could model for death threats. We'll have lots of romance and plenty of sex. Even though you're so ugly, your doctors are vets. We'll grow old together, hand in hand till we die. Even though you're so ugly, Hello Kitty said goodbye. But she turned down my proposal. She said I was fat. What a lucky escape. Oh, you fucking twat. Good night, God bless. I've been Conrad Jagger. Thank you.